Oh my god.
Yo, what the hell?
What the?
What did you do, Joe?
I'm playing with ketchup.
Welcome back to another great episode of Care for Boys, where we are currently
On the record time.
cheesy if we all say
What the fuck, dude?
Was that ugly?
The record.
Was that ugly or no?
It was a little bit ugly.
I said on the record.
I didn't like it.
I just feel like he pointed at me for sure. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Sorry. Well, I saw him go like this.
I went, yeah.
So I thought he was coordinating something.
It was a host thing.
was
You guys
just a
kind of
host.
jumped
It
in
was
on
for
it.
the host.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't for us, but I took it anyway.
If you're in host chat, you get it. If you're not, you don't get it.
I just feel like you guys just don't ruin it next
You're
time.
not in the Discord enough to understand.
Exactly.
Bart doesn't even know how to use Discord. Anyways, move on.
Bart just learned how to use Discord.
I'm still learning. I don't even know.
That says a lot if he's willing to learn it just for the fans. That's a big thing.
What a layup.
Thank you.
You got to go in there and say GM. By the way, you got to say GM every day.
GM.
What's jam mean?
Good morning.
Oh, I was like,
And then you gotta say it back.
You got to say it back.
GM sirs.
Here's the question of the day. When is a time that you actually said no to sex?
All the time.
Every fucking day of my life.
Would you, because it's like sometimes you're tired. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you have a schedule.
I know about schedules, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You just go.
But in this case, let's say it's not someone that you regularly have sex with. It's a
Okay.
person you've never had sex with, and you
Oh,
rejected
shit.
them.
I never had that.
You've never had that, huh?
I did that, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
What happened? What's going on?
I talked about this before, but I was in I was in school actually, in the drama area.
Drama.
And you know, it's a big fucking auditorium, so I got pulled into a dark area with a chick who wanted to like probably blow me or something. And she was like
So
grabbing my
lucky.
dick, and I was just like, haha, and I laughed, and I like walked out of there, and I just didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But you were not into her.
It's not that I wasn't into her, it's just I didn't know what the hell was going on. And she was like grabbing on me, and that was like pretty early into my experiences and stuff.
He was a adolescent.
Oh, okay.
Not quite
was-
a man yet.
I was like 6 years old. So,
Well, how
It was after handball.
no, I was in high school. I was a freshman. And it was definitely a very forward move by her. She was a senior. It was cool and stuff. And she had boobs, and I should have done something about it, but I was stupid.
just got nervous, huh?
Didn't know what was going on.
Mine was with Gio, actually.
The first time that
So yeah,
You turned her down?
so when we first, no, not because of that.
Why'd you raise your hand then?
When we first, so in our group, we had our group of friends. Gio was with my best friend at the time. And so when they were together, she ended up hanging out with the group. The group just became friends. And then slowly, like, people changed in the group, and we kind of like lost touch. And I wasn't best friends with that dude anymore, and she still stayed in the group. And we ended up liking each other. And so we started hanging out. And then there was a time where we were doing the kissies. And then when it got to that part, I felt so bad. I was like, I need to clear, like, even though I'm not best friends with that dude anymore, because that's been like 3 years.
one of those, this is all wrong. Yeah, we can't.
So forbidden. That would have made me horny.
I was like, I need to clear this shit up. I need to clear this shit up.
How
and-
far did you get? You already have a boner though? Let's be real.
Oh, for sure.
Dick so hot, but the hot feel wrong, man.
Yeah, man.
So I had to clear it up with him.
That's more credit to that. If the dick's already hard and then you turn
No, but also it's your friend though, man.
Yeah.
Still broke the bro code.
I know I did. Technically, I
He
did.
broke the bro code. He's a bro code violator for
Yeah.
sure.
But is it bro code if he's not your bro anymore?
It's
Once a bro, always a bro. I don't know.
it kinda.
Is it bro?
But were you guys a bro?
At that time, no. Oh. Yeah. At that.
Because if it was like Romeo and Juliet and she's from like the rival enemy family, then you could get all up in that pussy, you know?
If it's from the rival family.
Yeah.
So you had more of a feeling of we should it more than she did, right?
Because I think the bro code is a bro thing.
Yeah.
I think
Was she like, hey, fuck the bro code, put it in?
That's a really good jail, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. I worked.
But you know how many other fucking bros have been in here? No, I was just,
Again, a good jail.
no, it just felt like, I don't know, I had to clear shit up, you know? So I ended up meeting up with him, and then I told him everything and talked it out.
You respected the other person.
Because it's like, I think it's like shitting in a public bathroom. You can't really shit your heart out. Like home's toilet. So
Yeah.
then you need to clear out everything.
Because it just feels like
Perfect
this,
analogy.
It feels like this level of like ick the whole way through, even though it's really fun. It just feels like there's like, I don't know, there's something I can't do it 100%.
I need approval before I fuck.
It's like laying down in a public restroom, kind of. It's that
Yeah.
weird, like,
Yeah, practicing breaking moves
Yeah.
In a public bathroom.
in a McDonald's restroom. Yeah. Here's a weird one. There's this girl that I was gonna hook up with, and great girl. Hope she doesn't see this.
what's her name? First and last?
When she took her clothes, she took her dress off. She had this device. It was like belted around her with like a box. Whoa. And
Like a colonoscopy bag?
and she didn't explain what it was immediately.
Oh no.
So I got kind of like, what the hell is that? And I kind of decided not to do it.
Why wouldn't she explain right away?
Did you have a moment with yourself where like, wow, I'm not fucking Batman, so this probably shouldn't be here?
A utility belt with a yellow utility belt with a bat on the front and smoke bombs on the side.
She told me later.
But that's not fair.
What's
But,
in the belt?
So I guess it's like a diabetes thing.
Oh, diabetes.
Oh.
But she wasn't like overweight. Like she.
So there's no grappling hook or anything?
No, it just looks like a Walkman you really don't want to lose. it's just like a thick like belt thing, and then there's I think it's like connected to her. Like she was able to just take it off. But it's like one of those weird things where if someone doesn't say anything and you're like in the throes of passion and you just go put it aside. Where were we? Yeah. It's like,
you got
hey,
it.
hold on, what was that?
Was it connected to her pancreas?
I don't know what it was.
Wait, so in the throes of passion, she did take it off nonchalantly and.
But you took everything else off, but then you left that shit on. You're like, I don't know. What if she drops dead or something? I don't know.
I didn't ask about it.
But when you
until
say no,
later.
is it just because you're uncomfortable? Because
it was just on my mind too much.
oh,
So you're like, wait a minute, what was that?
or was it making sounds like can 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 can? It's
like a smoke alarm?
Yeah. There's a loose screw inside. It's like, and you're like, bro, what is that on your
Super
fucking?
old mechanical thing.
How did you exit from that situation?
I did. I silently just stopped. I didn't verbally say like, "Hey, let's stop." Like
Yeah.
I just stopped physically.
Oh.
And then she kind of just stopped too.
And then would you like, let's go back to talking?
I think I kind of just navigated to other. It was stupid. It was really bad. Like it was very obvious that I got self-conscious. So we were both trying to avoid it a little bit. And then later when she got more comfortable, she was like saying it was for her blood sugar or something.
Did you guys end up doing it after?
No, I didn't.
It just kind of ruined what happened?
Yeah, I felt really like rude because it's just like it's one of those things where you don't know, like you just don't know how you would react. But
Yeah.
then because I wasn't expecting anything, I just was like, why am I thinking of it so much? Stop.
I guess I'm just one of those guys who's so straight and who's so down to fuck that I just would have plowed through, you know.
I am not that straight, I guess.
I'm so like concerned about her feelings that I
Yeah.
just be like, oh, I better pretend because then she's gonna really be scarred emotionally.
Yeah, I think that's what I should have done. But I probably would have said that's what I would do. But then when you don't even know it's there, and suddenly you see it,
That's
it's like,
true. But it's good on you. You didn't go, ew.
That's definitely the first reaction that most people.
What is that?
yeah. I still don't 100% know exactly how it works or what it is, but I know there's probably a lot of people out there that wear something like that.
I have a friend who has that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but for his heart, like it's literally outside of his body.
His heart's outside of his body?
Yeah, so you squeeze it like this, boom, 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 boom. No, his heart is not out, but he has a machine outside of his thing. I think it's for like, I don't know what
Is it like a
replacement.
circulation?
Like a pacemaker?
I don't know.
Like a defibrillator?
Pacemaker?
I don't know
damn.
what it is, but it's like outside his attack.
My father-in-law has some shit like that.
Did it have a grappling hook?
Yes.
That's all you want to know every time.
It's his fault, man. Now it's so cool to have one of those, you know?
Yeah, so that's one time that I
Said no.
to it, and I regret navigating it that way.
Dude, when you're a married person and you have access to sex all the time, it's like pretty awesome, first of all. But then you want it to be, like if I'm like, dude, my body's fucking physically exhausted. I'm just like, yo, I am fucking wiped out. Or same thing with Nikki. It's like, oh well, She's like, I'm tilted in poker right now. I can't fuck. You know, like shit like that. It's just like, it's just becomes.
That's one thing I noticed. The older you get and the more you've been with the person, the more you want the conditions to be perfect because you fucked in better conditions.
Yes.
So you're like, oh, like in high school, you could be stuffed into the backseat of a car. You didn't shower because you guys went camping where you don't give a.
That's true.
You fuck behind a pizza place, dude.
Yeah, but now you're like, can we both shower first? And then, you know,
Showering's nice.
it's just so like,
It's everything.
yeah, you're like, now you know how good it could be, so you kind of just want fine dining every time
Yup.
versus like nasty Taco Bell
It's
set.
not even worth it.
And yet the nasty ones, when it does randomly happen, sometimes are the most passionate ones.
That's true.
That's true, but then sometimes you're like, oh, I know why Taco Bell's so yucky now.
And that happened to me when we were in Mexico and I was stepping on Nikki's head. That was just one of those things where I was like, I just got carried away in the moment. You know?
All that tequila, huh?
And that was in the morning. No, that was in the morning, the day after.
Did you say stepping?
I was stepping on the back of her neck with one leg and stepping on her head with the other leg. Just making sure she's down.
Did you insert at any point throughout this?
He was just jacking off, dude.
No, I was just beating off over her back.
That's Steve, by the way. I'm glad you met him.
I meant, yeah. But sometimes you feel like sometimes jerking off is just a little bit better sometimes.
That's a dangerous slope.
I still do both.
It's a
I do sex. I
Define-
jacked off last night.
Define.
What a thing to brag about.
Did she watch you? Did she watch you?
Yeah. She's sick right now.
Is that why
She's like, we can't fuck tonight. You gotta do your thing. And I'm like, okay.
And she just sits there looking at you?
No, she just feels the earthquake in the bed.
Yeah.
She feels the Indiana Jones movie.
Sometimes she'll go up to me, she's like, what are you watching? And then fucking cut my balls while she's watching it.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Why doesn't she just jack you off then?
She does sometimes.
think it leads
Because I'm
to
like,
other things.
none of these pornos are working. She goes, fine. Dude, one time she fucking was looking at Instagram and I'm like, ooh, who's that fitness influencer? She goes, is she hot? And then I'm like, oh, she got a nice booty. She goes, I know, huh? And I'm like, but she got a butterface. And then so she put it on her butt picture, put the phone down, and then she jacked me off while I was looking at her phone. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Air high five, dude.
Bro, let's go, Joe.
He just administered VR to you.
Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
that's
2D VR.
It's a beautiful relationship.
That is
kind of
tight,
tight.
Beautiful kinship.
That's really good.
And then I get a shake because I'm like, oh, you don't really get jealous that I look at porn? And then she goes, no, I like watching porn too. And I'm all like, but then like, I don't want you to judge me for the type of porn I like sometimes. So I just look at the straight stuff.
Have you ever shown her a type of porn you like and she actually got disturbed by that?
Like you're like, I just want to show you my vampire hentai, but I don't. But I do.
No?
Everything's always been like, cool.
I think she's more open than I am.
Really?
I'm
Seems
more,
like it.
yeah.
Is
I'm
her
more-
pornos crazier than yours?
She does. I don't think she really watches porn in
I
that
thought
way,
she
but
likes
like,
fireman shit or something.
no, her. I think her
Yeah, fireman shit.
acceptance and like just what she's okay with is like way bigger.
That
than
makes
what
sense because UK people are culturally just, it's not that big of a
Fuck the
deal.
porn. In real life, she chose a Japanese dude. Like, that's already crazy.
And they have nudity on TV over there, right?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they don't give a
At
fuck.
late night,
Yeah.
right?
And that's honestly so good for kids too, because it doesn't make sexist keep away shit that we all do.
Yeah, and then you end up doing crazier, worse shit under wraps in order to maintain an image to the public. Yeah, that's true. That is a bad byproduct.
It's a hugely bad byproduct, but that's Americana, baby, right? That's what we do. Is we shame you because of the church and shit, and we just make you feel bad about it. And then like when you're chicks in high school, like that's why there's always a girl who's doing hardcore anal, and she's always the most Christian person too.
Always.
Always. It's always the
It's
Christians.
so weird, but it's just how it goes, I guess. Deep shame leads to deeper issues.
Deep throat.
That too, if you're lucky.
That's good.
And daddy issues.
You're in a very healthy thing. That's cool.
Yeah, I think so.
But if she jerks you off, do you sometimes go, well, let me do it because the speed is different?
Yeah, but I don't want to offend her.
Oh, that's really.
Because I'm all like, that hurt. Oh, and I'm like, adjust. Okay, thank you.
Do you actually give her directions?
Yeah.
That's
You
dude. That's
sound
the
like an
best.
Asian backseat driver. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, to the right, oh, okay, that one.
Do you also make the noises that you make when you talk about jacking off here, where you go ba 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 ba? I always picture him. Yeah. Like Like I picture Bart 20 years ago walking outside Joe's house and hearing ba 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 ba, and he's like, I'm gonna wait 10.
Is there a party going on?
I'm jacking off.
He was telling us earlier about you being a weirdo. Like he went over to your place and he heard like a bunch of fucking music, and then you're just like in there talking to yourself.
Huh?
Yeah.
When?
Back when he used to live on Orange, when we first started hanging out, I remember I went over to your place and I heard like at least 4 voices. And then when you opened the door, it was just you inside. I was like, oh shit.
And what was I doing? I don't know.
I don't know what you're doing. No.
Said you had a jizz stain like this big, right there in your shorts. That's what he said.
He was probably either making beats or on a forum or watching TV all at the same time while
rehearsing lines.
While making dinner.
Rehearsing lines before he was on YouTube, before he was doing anything.
All of it.
Organic vlogger, man.
I don't even remember.
We know.
No one else has any story where you declined the hookup for any reason, Anthony?
No one else, Anthony?
Just Anthony?
You're talking about first times?
Yeah.
Have you ever rejected somebody that because they don't look as good that as you want?
Like you came to your senses and you were like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
To be completely honest, the only time I can actually no, not really, because I don't think that I would put myself in that situation if I felt like I was unattracted to them.
Oh, okay. But even
after a few
what if people
brewskis?
come up to you?
That would be the only time. I've only probably rejected sex when like I knew that person was drunk to a point that it was like I don't know if that's for sure.
No, that's when you go in.
That's true.
That's
That's,
when
a
you
good, that's
go
a good
in.
call.
That's when you go all in?
Yeah.
Stupid.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I was trying to do a joke.
We
I
both said the opposite thing at the same time.
Because I have experienced the other, right? Where it's like drunk and then like it's like regretful the next day and it's like, dang, I didn't want to be a part of that for your experience. You know what I mean? So like later on, it's like same thing. It's like if things are moving that direction and then they're just a little sloppy, it's like it's all good.
Dude, do you guys ever get admission time? I am not into chicks with accents at all. I'm not into
Wait, all of them?
all of them.
Interesting.
So they have to speak proper English American?
Even someone with
Wow.
one as sexy as a Filipino accent.
It's not.
Steven!
Why don't you want to pack me?
It feels like that kind of in a dumb way, like I'm maybe exploiting someone somehow.
What? Is it like a white guilt?
Even if it's like British or Australian or
What if it's a redneck? Like even whiter than you.
like a Southern Belle.
What about like
What about a Bayou princess?
What is it?
Canadian?
I have to
Don't
hear
you
it.
know?
Yeah. I think I'd just be like,
Or
oh.
a Texas country girl.
I mean, that doesn't bother me. I'm talking like if it seems like
Holy Steven, you got a big donger.
if it seems a little sus to me in any way, like talking about the drunk thing, right? Like if it seems sus to me in any way, I just get too weirded out.
Like if you feel like you have an edge on the situation.
Yes, like if I feel like they are maybe being sex trafficked in some way or some bullshit.
Oh, like a passport, bro?
Yeah, because I watch too many fucking movies and TV shows and shit, and like I don't know, I just get freaked the fuck out.
Oh my god.
Yo, what the hell did you just do?
I'm playing with ketchup.
Oh, I thought you were bleeding. Holy
And you're
shit.
just excited.
Don't do this, guys.
I thought he was bleeding.
I'm talking about, I'm talking about just like meeting someone and like fucking them, not like dating.
You're talking dirty right now. Joe
Yeah.
busted a nut, dude.
He hit the.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm wearing white a little close for you to be playing catch up, dude.
Touch him.
I'm wearing all white here, dude.
I can relate. I remember in high school. You know, in high school, people just play stupid fucking games all the time. Mm-hmm. So like, oh, you talk dirty, you talk about that kind of thing, right? So we're all hanging out at our friend's house, and there's like a bunch of people over, and then one of my friends told me that there's a chick that thought I was cute, and I was, oh, cool. And I looked at her, she was cute, and then he told me that she was down to fuck that night, and I was like.
That's a strong jump.
Well, like,
thought you were
high school
cute.
games, right? Like,
Yeah, sure.
she'll fucking blow you in the closet or whatever. You know, like, I was just like,
High school games?
yeah, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then I was like, has she been drinking? And then she's been drinking a little bit. So I'm like, I don't know, kind of like in your shoes, right?
Because you're like, she doesn't love me for me.
And then so I was like, no, I was like, but what if I match her? So I started pounding beers like crazy.
That's fair.
That's the most Bart solution.
Good hypothesis.
Like I'll match her, and then you know, in high school, if anything's about to go down, everyone is so up for it. They'll be like, "There's 2 people going upstairs. They're gonna fuck," and everyone's down there's like, "Yeah!"
They push you in the room. They lock the door.
It's like everybody wins.
Because it happens so rarely, right? And then I was like, okay, so I started pounding away, and I remember my face about to explode from fucking Asian glow, and I'm like, I still can't do it.
Wow, good boy.
We ended up getting together after, but I still couldn't do it. And then I asked her when we were together, I was like, were you really down to fuck me that night? She was like, yeah. She was like, fuck dudes, like the first night before. I was like, oh shit.
She's like, I'm fucking a dude right. Dude's fucking me right now. Dude's fucking me right now.
Damn.
Yeah, she was gangster as fuck, but I was like,
Well, that's the thing though, is like very little guys can experience one night stands, but girls that are just down to do it, they can experience it. Yeah. It's like the balance is completely different. It's way different.
Like I've said before, I did a one night stand once and it was like miserable for me because I'm such a fucking pussy that like I needed to make an emotional connection like up almost like in the spot after like the next.
You created a narrative?
I created a narrative and I fucking like, yeah, I was like in this thing for like a month and I was like trying to make it work. I went and saw her again and I wasn't connected with her at all and it was weird. And then I had to, it's not you, it's me thing and like.
It does fuck with your mind though, because every single time I've had a one night stand, I'm in disbelief. Even after it happens, I mean, I'm just sitting there like, damn, how did that happen?
It always feels like it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a curse too, because like I said, the guys that when I watch movies and TV shows, they can just like meet a chick, fuck her, and move on. But I'm like, oh, I need to justify this, what I did.
Hey, someday we'll be like Fresh and Fit.
These guys are so fucking cool.
Try really hard
I know.
to really dedicate ourselves.
Sometimes I disagree with women voting.
That's a good start.
I know, right? I'm trying to build from there. That's gonna be my base.
You're on your way.